So good afternoon, everyone. This is the second day of the International House Sydney Regional Pathway webinar. Today we have Rosinet. Rosinet is based in Northern Territory, and Kevin will start the presentation now. So good afternoon, Kevin.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'll just start the presentation. Let me just get the presentation up. I'll have to share my screen, isn't it? Share screen, slideshow. All right. Hopefully everyone can see my screen.
Yeah, perfect. We can hear you as well. All good.
Okay, you can hear me as well. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go through what we do, where we are. So this is AUSINET. Basically it's short for Australian Institute of Electrotechnology, and we are based in Brisbane and in Darwin. So we have a brand new facility in Darwin, actually. So we've been here in Darwin for 5 years, and we've been running these courses for local students, and we've been doing it for the oil and gas sector, the electrical sector, the mining sector. So in the last year, we've started for international students. We opened them up for the international students, and we'll just talk a bit more. So we are a VET institution, so we only do VET courses, and we have 5-star reviews across all our platforms. And this is our Google rating, this is our Facebook rating, and feel free to ask any questions while you are in the presentation. So I'm more than happy to pause and answer the questions while the thought pops up in your mind. So we are a specialized electrotechnology, instrumentation, and electrical course provider. So that's all we do. We don't do anything else. We are specialists in our field, and we have specialist trainers that teach this, and we have trainers who are in the field for over 20 years teaching this stuff. And our courses are designed for smaller classes. So it's a very niche area. It's not like a business course where you can have, 10, 20 students in a class. It's usually about 6 students at most that can sit in one class and can do the practicals in one class. So it's very hands-on, very practical-based training. And that's why our class numbers are so low. And that's what I mentioned just then, highly practical courses. And again, we care about our students because it is a very engaging course. It's not like a mass course. It's not like a university where you just go there, sit there with 40, 50 other students. So every trainer is very heavily involved with everything a student does. That's one of our classrooms there. So as you can see, there's the practical skid over there. But I will show you more when we get into other slides. This is just a picture that we just took. And so we have 2 locations, as I mentioned before. So it is Darwin and Brisbane. And in Darwin, we can cater up to 23 students. And in Brisbane, we can cater up to 44 students. So where is Darwin? So Darwin is at the top end of Australia, if you guys don't know about it. And then we have Brisbane on the east coast. And our campuses are ideally situated. They're very close to the train, and they're very close to the bus, and there's parking all the time. So we have lots of parking in both places, in Brisbane and in Darwin, which is usually the problem when you're going to a college that is closer to the city. We are close to the city, but we also have heaps of parking, and we have public transport. And brand new spacious classrooms. So here's just one of the pictures. So as you can see, there's lots of bits and pieces on the wall, which is to do with electrical instrumentation. And it's very niche. It's very hard to explain what they are to someone who's coming from a fresh background. So it's more to do with process automation. So if in a general term, it's more like if you want to run a plant in an automated way, or you want to reduce the manpower and make the process more efficient, then you would use electrical or automation technology to make that. And these are the gadgets or instruments that are involved to do that kind of work. And how do you put them together? So the whole course is about how do you put them together, how to basically become an electrician and an instrument technician at the same time. So there's a thing called PLCs, which is basically a computer. It's called a programmable logic controller, which is a main part of our course. Then you have HMI or SCADA systems, which is supervisory control and automation. Those are, again, softwares that sit on top of a controller, and then you can control an equipment or machine from anywhere in the world. So again, high-tech equipment. So the equipment we have, you can find them in a real job scenario. So it's not just a simulation. It's basically the equipment that you can find in a workplace. So we've tried to make it a miniature version, or trying to pick the smallest possible equipment that we can and put that into our practical training. So when the students go out there, they look at the equipment and they don't feel that this is totally different to what I learned in the class. So as you can see in the second picture here, same thing. You can see all these different equipment that are on the wall. As we have 3 or 4 of these skids. So this is another one. This is just electrical switchboard. And now to give you a snapshot, that's just me holding a snapshot of the electrical industry or the mining industry. So the oil and gas and manufacturing and mining industry are essential to Queensland and Northern Territory and are a part of the economic growth strategies for both states. The NT's mining and manufacturing industries rose 37% in 2018 to 2019 to $5.7 billion, driven by 4.1% increase in the manufacturing industry to 946 million, and 46.4% increase in the mining sector to a record $4.7 billion. Mining and manufacturing accounted for 22.7% of the NT's economic output in 2018. So the reason I'm presenting this information is because the training we provide is focused on mining, manufacturing, and oil and gas. So here's basically a generalistic pay that's from the websites. So it's $1,823 for weekly pay, and the electronic trade workers is $1,348. So this is the general salary that you would be looking forward to after completion of the course. Queensland has the world-leading MET, mining equipment technology and services sector. It employs 20,000 people across Queensland with 7 billion revenue and 2.5 billion in value add for our economy. So that's for Queensland. Our courses, so we only offer highly specialized courses in our field of expertise. So it's not a generalistic college, it's a very specialistic college. The first course we have is a Certificate 3 in Electrotechnology Electrician. Now that is the course that enables a student to basically do this course, get 2 years of experience, and then apply for an electrical license and basically work as an electrician. Then we have a Cert 2 in Instrumentation and Control. Again, very close to being an electrician, but it is more to do with automation and instrumentation. Then we have the Diploma of Electrical Instrumentation. So basically that is the combination of the 2 Cert 3s. And then you have to do a few extra modules, which is another 6 to 10 modules that you do on top of these 2 courses to become an officer grade diploma person with electrical and instrumentation. So it becomes a dual trade with a diploma. We do have packages, which I'll talk about towards the end of the slides, about how do you package all these things together if you wanted to. Then we provide 480 hours of vocational training, which is included and is a part of the course. So what we say to our students is, when you go out to these vocational trainings, do your best, because that's the most amount of learning you'll be able to get, or implement the learning that you've done in the college, because the real world experience is much more valuable. And that's why we have this 480 hours rather than just having 100 hours for that matter. Then we find internship for our students, at one of our partner companies. So we have many partner companies. So right now we have our international students working in the industry, and they are only 6 months to a year into their trade. So they're already working part-time for electrical companies. So that is our responsibility, and we find them a minimum of 480. So a maximum could be, they could start as early as possible, depending on the vacancy that's available with our partner companies. So our goal for our students is to enjoy the course and thrive in their career. So here, eligibility criteria for our courses. So this is our last batch that's basically following some instructions on the board. That's the picture that I was talking about. Then to be eligible, you need to complete it year 11 or equivalent, and you have to have an IELTS score of an overall of 5.5. So we also have a free internal English test, which you can do. And if you pass that, we will waiver, is that correct? Yeah, we will waiver that IELTS requirement. And you must be 18 years and above. You must pass our entrance maths test. So there is an entrance test. The reason for that is we want to make sure that we do not take up your time, your valuable time, unnecessarily, and find out a year later that that's not the career that you wanted to choose. So it is very intense. It's a very intense course. There is a fair bit of maths involved. There's a fair bit of analytical skills that you need. So that's the reason we have a maths test at the start of it. So we can pre-qualify students, and we only take the students that will pass the test and that are eligible to do this course. So due to, the other thing is due to physical requirements of the qualification, the student must have the ability to perform CPR on a mannequin. So that is a very important trait. So if you have any physical disabilities, it's very hard to perform this kind of process. So we would suggest it'd be better to choose some other course than doing instrumentation or electrical, for that matter. It's 20 hours of study a week, which is probably pretty standard for all the other courses as well. And the intake dates are every 2 months. So the first intake is in January, the second March, May, July, September, and November. So here is just, this is actually our first batch. So these are the first 3 students that basically performing a practical. So they're building a little box with contactors and relays to control an equipment. So they're basically looking at the drawing, they're soldering some things, putting things together. So the goal is to make a project, an automation project using PLCs, contactors, and relays, and obviously hand tools to put it together. So it's more of a theory and practical combined together, so they can, just basically think if you are trying to build a robot, it's not just the electronics or the programming that's required. You need to actually physically build the robot. So that's what these guys are doing. They're also putting a program, the algorithm in the background, plus putting a physical equipment together. So eventually it works. So that's why it's more hands-on, and it's got software component to it as well. So just a course overview. So this one here is a Cert 3 Electrotechnology Electrician. So this is the first course that I mentioned before. So this qualification provides competencies to select, install, set up, test, and fault find, repair, and maintain systems and equipment in buildings and premises. This qualification includes academic requirements for electricians. So the duration for this course is 104 weeks, including holidays and work training. So the training or the internship we provide is 480 hours of vocational training. And the course fees for this one is $26,000 and includes $200 enrollment fee and $300 material fee. And the payment per term is $3,187.5, and which is due every 3 months. The course structure is 20 hours a week, and the location is Darwin and Brisbane. So we are available in 2 locations. The one in Darwin has lesser places than the one in Brisbane. The job opportunities for this one is A-grade electrician or electrician, electrical fitter mechanic, and general electrician. This qualification provides competency. So this one's the second course we have. So I'm just going to quickly go through this because I think I'll leave a couple of minutes for Q&A. So Cert 3 instrumentation and control. This qualification provides competency to select, install, set up, test, fault find, repair, and maintain systems and devices for measuring and recording physical, chemical phenomena and related process control. On completion of this course, you will receive a nationally recognized qualification. The duration for this course is 104 weeks, and same thing, we find internship for you guys for 480 hours of vocational training. The course fees for this one is a little bit less, which is $24,500, includes $200 enrollment fee and $300 in material fee. Payment per term is $3,000 every 3 months. Just 20 hours a week. It's pretty standard, and both courses are available in Darwin and Brisbane. Job opportunities is electronic instrument trades worker, instrument fitter, instrument technician, plant instrument technician, plant operator, process instrument technician, maintenance instrument technician. The next one is the diploma of electrical instrumentation. This again is a higher qualification, and this has a very higher stringent process for entry. So there's another maths test which you have to do to gain entry into this qualification, which needs a higher score than the Cert 3. This qualification provides competencies to select, install, set up, test, fault find, repair, and maintain systems and devices for measurement and recording physical, chemical phenomena related to process control. On completion of this course, you will receive a nationally recognized qualification. Duration for this course is 130, then same 480. The course fees are a bit higher for this one, obviously, and the course structure is same. So I've got 3 minutes now, so I'll just go through quickly. Again, this is a higher qualification, so they're similar jobs, but obviously higher paying jobs and more of an office job than hands-on job with the diploma that you do. Okay, so next one is the packages. So we have course packages available. So it's a Cert 3 electrical technology electrician plus Cert 3 electrical instrumentation. It's 155 weeks, which ends up being around 3 years, and the course fees is $43,000. And the next one is Cert 3 electrical technology electrician plus diploma of electrical instrumentation, which is 158 weeks. And for that one, it is again 3 years and $44,000. And the last one is Cert 3 in electrical instrumentation plus diploma of electrical instrumentation, which ends up 161 weeks and 3 years and $40,500. The last one is Cert 3 electrical technology electrician plus Cert 3 in electrical instrumentation plus the diploma in electrical instrumentation, which is for 4 years, and the course fees is $49,000. And if you want to go ahead and basically scan this code or just type in this aussinet.com.au, you will have all the information, and just feel free to just send us an email on support@aussinet, and you will get a reply back if you have any questions after this presentation. So if you have any questions now, please raise your hand or get the host to basically send that question through to us, and I'll answer them in the next 1 minute that I have, or 2 minutes. So that's pretty much it from me. So if you guys, if you want to take control of the screen, feel free to. Yeah. And I'm happy to answer the questions.
Thank you very much, Kevin, for your presentation. I don't think we have any questions at present. But then, yeah, if we have any questions later on, we can send them to you directly. Okay, that's better. Okay, yeah. So thank you so much.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for letting us present.
My pleasure. Thank you. So now the next presentation will be Central Queensland University, and that will be with Alison. So, Alison.
Hello, everyone. Hello to everyone who is joining us today. Happy day for me to be sharing with you the really good selling points of CQ University. I'm gonna be sharing with you just the things that make us different, how students can get the pathway through International House and all the benefits that your students will be having studying with us. So yeah, thank you for inviting me. I'm really happy to be sharing with you. I'm gonna share my screen now, so then you have plenty opportunity to see all the information, but feel free to put your questions on the question and answer section at the end of the screen, so then I can get to answer all your questions when we finish. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is actually a really short video, but a really insightful one about what we have to offer. So I hope it is you are able to see it, but please do let me know if you are having any troubles. My name is Alison Gutierrez. I am originally from Colombia. I have been working for the university for 4 years. And I came as international student, so I know how keen you are to help the students to progress and to achieve their academic and professional goals. So I'm here to tell you how they can do that through the pathway that we have built together with International House and Siki University, Australia. So the first thing that I'm gonna mention is that we do have offer quality education. We're in the top 2% of the international education sector. So as you know, more than 28,000 institutions get evaluated, and we are one of the 600 best universities around the world, one of the 100 best young universities around the world as well, and we have really highlights on the quality that we deliver. Most of our programs are accredited, but the field bodies as Engineers Australia, as Australian Computer Society, the nursing courses by the APRA. So all the students, apart from getting their skills and the knowledge they need, they also will be accredited and ready to be working on their field. So it's really exciting for me to share with you a little bit more about how they can get there. So what we offer are several areas of study. We do have programs in a wide range of fields. So we have education and teaching. The most popular ones, I would say, they're engineering, aviation, business, also nursing. The health courses have been really popular, as well as the public health courses. So if your students are looking to enroll in courses like that, then there is a really good pathway that they can get once they study at International House. We also offer undergraduate programs as diplomas, bachelor's degree, as well as research programs. So your students will be able to meet the English requirements thanks to International House, even if they are going to study with us a PhD. So depending on the field, we will be able to accommodate the student and make sure that they take advantage of this partnership we have created. The university advantage, and this is really important for me to let you know, is that we do have quite differences, and we are happy to be different. So the first difference is that we offer 3 terms instead of 2. So we offer March intake, July, and November. So if your students are finishing in February, June, October, or at the end of the year, they will be able to join us, even if they are finishing the course a little bit earlier. We do have a program that we offer for free, including COE for students who are meeting our English requirements, and that will help them to fill the gap if they need a couple of weeks before to start the main degree. And it's also really helpful for students to learn about the Australian working environment, and a lot of tips about writing essays and achieving good grades on their higher education program. So it's also a really good tool that they can use, and as I mentioned, it's completely free of charge. We have scholarships available that I'm pretty proud of present to you today. Most of our courses also have internship where we organize the placement. So we work with Australian internship providing placement for students. We count with more than 6,000 organizations that offer internship to our students, and most of our students get contracted full-time, part-time initially, and then a full-time on those placements that we arrange. So it's a really handy opportunity for them to get working local experience. We have multiple pathways, even among the CQ University courses. So if for any reason the students met the English requirement thanks to International House, but they might be missing something in the academic field to get able to join us, we are able to organize a pathway even for students that were, for example, studying a technology course and they didn't finish the whole bachelor. We will be able to accommodate to the student, look for any work experience and build kind of a pathway to a master degree, for example. So then they don't need to actually comply with the whole course entry requirement if we are able to accommodate, and they might have something to help them, as I mentioned, working experience, volunteering opportunities that they have taken. So then we can use that in order to help the student to comply with the entry requirements. We also have online studies currently, of course, due to COVID, but usually we are one of the high ranked providers offering online studies, especially because we do have regional campuses available for students where they are able to join us thanks to the online courses. So that is an option, especially for students who are looking to join us now, but then later on being able to join us also face-to-face. Then we have our locations. As you can see, we now have a location in Jakarta, and we are soon to open another study hub in Indonesia. Around Australia, we have 13 campuses available in Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Bundaberg, Glasgow, Roehampton, Townsville, Mackay, and Cairns. So we have a variety of options for students if they want to consider metropolitan locations as well as regional options. We are becoming really popular due to the advantage that it gives to the students in the pathways, the work visa that they get once they finish. So if your students are looking to study regional or have that opportunity to change and have a multi-campus availability, then we are the right choice for them, and we are able to accommodate to their needs. The international house pathway that we are offering, students need to get to the EAP2 level. So then if your students are doing general English, make sure that if they want to come to CKU, they also enroll on the EAP 1 and 2. And depending on the score they reach, they will be able to progress on our studies. So if they reach the 50%, they will be able to apply or get enrolled in any of our undergraduate or postgraduate courses that require 6 on the IELTS with no band less than 5.5, which is the majority of our courses. But then we do have some courses where the requirement is a little bit higher, especially for MBA or the Master of Engineering. So then students will need to achieve 60 or 70% in order to join us. So they only need to pass the course, and then they will have the direct pathway to CK University. We also are offering a lot of financial support to students. The idea of that is to help the students to actually study where they want, what they want. So instead of doing maybe courses that are not on their fields or are lower in terms of the education level that they already have achieved, they will be able to achieve even more thanks to our scholarship. We are currently offering 25% reduction on fees if students select one of our regional campuses, and that is thanks to our relationship with the government and their will to help the students to be keen to go to regional areas and explore and get to know the best things about Australia in the regional areas. But also it's available in the metropolitan campuses. So, and it's for the whole duration of the courses. So a really good incentive for them to join us. We have a special support incentive that we have created during COVID, and is the early bird offer. So if your students are soon to finish their studies at International House, or they are enrolled, make sure you process your acceptance and everything before the due date for each term, which is actually 1 month before the classes start, and then they will be able to have $1,000 discount for their visa application, for the health insurance, or for anything they might need. We also are offering the Destination Australia Scholarship, which gave to the students $15,000 per year, plus the 25% international student scholarship. All these 3 items that I have mentioned in financial support are available for all the students and are accumulative. So if students can have the Destination Australia, they will also be studying in regional, so they will also have 25% reduction. And if they enroll on time, they will also have the early bird. Currently, the Destination Australia Scholarship is available in Cairns and Roehampton. So if the students are studying in International House in Sydney, they might be keen to explore and get to know the warm weather in Queensland. So then it is a really good opportunity, and the applications are closing soon. So make sure your students are familiar with that. The course information for all of you, if you want to get one of our international guides, I'm gonna leave my email at the end, so you can ask for me to deliver one of our guides that are also available on our website. And we also have a handbook where students can get information about the units, the assessments they're gonna undertake, feedback from previous studies. So we are really open to offer all that information before the students are joining us. The entry requirements, academically, as I said, there are many options for them to join us. For the English requirements, they will be able to meet that thanks to our partnership. So just make sure that you follow the application process complete. I know you are familiar already with all our processes. So, and we do have a special deposit for students coming from International House, or only $4,000 if they are offshore, or $2,000 if they are onshore. So a really good also incentive for them to get to join us. If you want more information, please don't hesitate to contact me. As I said, my name is Alison. Don't forget my name and my email. And then we also are on social media. So if you want to have information about, and you want to know a little bit more about what CQ has to offer, please like us in Facebook, like us in LinkedIn and Instagram. So then we are connected and we are well aware of the things that each other are doing. So that's basically what I wanted to share, but I have a couple of minutes left. So I was trying to rush myself a little bit to make sure we have plenty of time to answer any questions that you have. I will be sharing with the International House in Sydney team all the slides as well as the videos and all information. So if you have any questions, you can also ask them directly. I'm gonna put my name and email address here. So then if you have any questions, you can contact me directly. I'm not sure if there are any questions or
there is no question at the moment, Alison. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you a lot for organizing. You are always amazing coordinating the technology and all the stuff, the logistic behind the scenes. So thank you for having me, and I hope to see you and welcome your students soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Alison.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was the Central Queensland University. The next provider presenting will be Charles State University. So we have 3 minutes before they join us. So next provider will be Charles State University, and that will start at 2:40. Then we'll have SAE at 3 p.m. Then we have International College of Queensland at 3:20. Then Southern Cross University at 3:40. At 4 p.m. we have University of Southern Queensland and IHBC Business College at IH at 4:20, and at 4:40 p.m. we will have University of New England. So now we have Charles State University available. Good afternoon, Delphine.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Okay, so I think I need to share, make you a co-host to share your presentation.
Okay.
And you can start whenever you're ready.
Hopefully you can see my screen.
Yeah, all fine.
Great, so I'll get started. I'll do a short presentation about Charles State University Regional. That is, if I can switch slides, great. So I assume most of you will know Charles State University. It is one of the largest public universities in Australia. We're actually the 8th largest public university in Australia. And we are also one of Australia's most experienced providers of online education. So Charles State has been known for delivering online courses for a number of years as well. We were one of the first ones in Australia to deliver online as well. We currently offer about 300 different courses for all our students, and about 60 of these courses are offered on campus for international students. We do have 5 campuses in regional Australia, and they are in fast growing and vibrant regional areas of New South Wales. And it's been, oh gosh, I don't know how many years now, at least, 4 years that consistently Charles State University is the #1 Australian university for graduate employment rate, including the best for starting salaries in Australia as well. So I'll talk mostly, about regional in this presentation. Some of you might know Charles State University from our study centers, where we also deliver some courses in Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, but I'll focus really on our regional offerings today. And I'll start with just a little bit of the benefits of studying in regional Australia. And I know today you're, hearing about a lot of institutions that may not be in the capital cities, but we continue to have to explain that there are some very, very great benefits for our students to come to the regional areas compared to staying in a capital city. One of the first reasons for our students to come and study with us in regional Australia is the cost of living. That typically would be significantly lower than in a capital city. And the biggest item of cost in there is accommodation, where typically it will be cheaper for a student in regards to comparable accommodation between a capital city or being close to a capital city and a regional city. Because we are in smaller areas, smaller cities, and on our campuses, we're really a lot more like a family with our international students, and our students will find that they really get a lot of personal attention from our staff on our campuses. We also like to say that in regional, it's a little bit more relaxed in regards to the balance that you can find between study, work, and social life. I think one of the biggest reasons for that is that our students spend a lot less time commuting to back and forth from our campus. And so that does save them some time, and they tend to have a little bit more free time as well. It is easy for them to make some friends because even our domestic students, a lot of them tend to be away from their families to come and study with us. And some feedback that we have from our students as well is that they find meaningful part-time jobs. And of course, international students are wanting to find part-time jobs when they are studying. And certainly they do find part-time jobs in the regional areas as well. And they tend to stick with that part-time job for the duration of their study, because they also feel very much part of these businesses that they tend to work for. Type of jobs that they will find is very similar to what they would get anywhere in Australia. That's retail, hospitality, and so on. And of course, we've got very unique environment and wildlife in Australia, which students can really benefit from when they're coming to regional Australia compared to going to a capital city. Some other advantages tend to be English language skills. Our students, they do have to be a little bit out of their comfort zone when they come to study with us, and they will make some Australian friends as well. So while that might sound a little bit scary at first, it has some great benefit in regards to them improving their English language skills, understanding the Australian values, that will really help them when they're looking for employment later. And of course, students in our regional campuses at Charlestown University can benefit from up to 4 years of post-study work rights. These are just some of the businesses that some of our alumni work in, and that's just to show that often people think, oh, but if my student goes to a regional area, what are their job opportunities like after that? And that's just to demonstrate that there is really no limit on where students can go and work after studying a course in Australia, and that it is not because they are going to what might be considered a smaller city that they will not have the same job opportunities that their counterparts would get in a capital city. So this is just a map where you see New South Wales here with the locations of our campuses. So the university has significantly more campuses and study centers, but these are the ones where we do take international students. There are 5 main campuses that are Cracos registered: Albury Wodonga, Wagga Wagga, Bathurst, Orange, and our newest one in Port Macquarie. I'm going to go quite quickly on each of these campus locations, but you know, if you have some questions and so on, I'd be happy to answer more questions. Bathurst is the campus that I'm located at, and we're back on campus this week, so that's my home campus. Bathurst is currently our closest city to a capital city as far as campuses go, and we have approximately, between 1,500 to 2,000 students at any given time on this campus. Most of the students here now, our international students, are studying the Bachelor of Nursing, and yeah, in our domestic students, a lot of them will be doing nursing, paramedicine on this campus, as well as education. Albury Wodonga is on the border between New South Wales and Victoria, and has a little bit less students, about 1,200 in any given year. It is also the closest campus we have to Melbourne. It's still about, a 3.5-hour drive from Melbourne. And some of the courses that we have that are the most popular for our students tend to be physiotherapy on this campus, as well as occupational therapy and environmental science. Orange is a small campus of the university, and we deliver very specific courses in that location. The Bachelor of Dentistry is the main one for international students. And Wagga Wagga is located for us in between Bathurst and Albury. And you might know Wagga Wagga as our biggest campus in terms of surface. It is a very, very large campus, and we deliver a lot of our health science courses, as well as agricultural science and social work on this campus. And Port Macquarie, as I said before, is our newest campus. I think we opened the newest building maybe 2-3 years ago, and we are now in the second phase of having a second building now for this campus, because we keep growing the number of students. It is our only coastal campus for the university. And the popular courses for international students at this point in time are really information technology, so both the Bachelor of IT as well as the Master of IT. That's really the big course, but we also offer the business courses and the accounting courses on this campus. The Charles University is one of the institutions with the largest network of on-campus accommodation compared to any other institution in Australia. So there'll be options for students to stay on campus with us as well. The cost will vary greatly from one campus to the next, depending on the type of accommodation that is offered on campus. Some of it will be individual rooms with ensuite, and some of them will be more like shared accommodation with shared facilities. So that's what will vary in terms of cost. Our pathway with International House is an English for academic purposes. So the successful completion of the pathway for students means that the students will be able to go straight into our courses with a normal level of English, which is going to be our suite of business courses. So pretty much any course that is not health science or education, they are at that entry requirement of 6, no band less than 5.5, and students who have completed these courses can progress without having to redo an IELTS test. Our application process, all our students, we encourage them to apply by education agents. Only education agents of the university can currently submit applications to us. So should you have students and you're not currently a registered agent, we would encourage you to check with us whether we are recruiting agents or not. Otherwise, we have some other ways for you to be able to submit applications. I'll talk very quickly about scholarships. So we do have Destination Australia scholarships. We still have a few for 2021 for our onshore nursing students. So we are opening them, and they're just opened today with a new process to award the scholarships. That's a $15,000 scholarship per year offered by the Australian government. And on top of that, we also offer a 30% scholarship for the first year of study for almost every course that we have in regional location as well. And that will apply on the first year of study for the student across our regional locations. I think I did that in about 8 minutes, so I may have a little bit more time for questions if you have any.
Thank you, Delphine, for the presentation. I don't see any questions at present.
Just because I was so clear, isn't it?
But I'm impressed, yeah, because I know you've got a lot of courses to go through, and you made it a bit less than 20 minutes.
No, I try to make it, quite fast, simply because if I do talk about every course and so on, we just start to get a little bit bogged down. And there's no way anyone is going to remember any of that anyway. So I think if there are questions, it's a little bit easier, but by all means, if there's no questions,
So all the webinars, all the sessions are recorded. So so they will be available on the web event page in a couple of weeks.
Great.
The recordings from the November sessions.
Yes.
They have been edited.
Okay.
And they should be uploaded either this week or next week as well.
Great. And I do see a question around, what are the ways to apply if the agency doesn't have an agreement? So what we would recommend typically is do get in touch with me. We typically right now don't really appoint new agents. We keep that, the number of agents that we can really support quite small, but in some instances we may appoint agents if they operate in territories where we do not have representation. So I do encourage you to actually check with me. Otherwise, we may direct you to submit the application via one of our education agents as a sub-agent. So we currently do not do single application agreements. So either we sign you for an agreement or we ask that you use one of our agents and keep that on record for the future if you reapply to have that on record. hope that answers your question, Anna. Sure, I'll put an email directly in the chat so you can contact me if you need. So you can contact me at that email address. If I don't respond within a few days, your email has been lost in my inbox and hundreds of emails that I received, so don't hesitate to follow up. But feel free to send me an email. I'll also put my mobile number there. You can contact me on WhatsApp if there's anything that you need.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your presentation, Delphine.
You're welcome.
And so for everyone, the next presentation will be with SAE. I don't know, I don't think
If they're not there, you just get a bathroom break thanks to me. Time to go and get a coffee. You all enjoy your afternoon and I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, so the next presentation will be SAE at 3. International College of Queensland, Southern Cross University, University of Southern Queensland, the Business College at IH, and University of New England. For University of Southern Queensland, we are finalizing the articulation with the University of Southern Queensland. Yesterday, if you were attending the webinar yesterday, Byron Yoga Center, we are in the final stages as well for the pathway agreement. Macleay College, final stages of the articulation as well with Macleay College. So if you have any questions for all the presentations, please feel free to contact me as well directly. Any questions? Okay, so Anna has been answered. Okay. So International House just opened 2 new campuses. We have now International House in Byron Bay, and then we have International House on the Gold Coast. International House on the Gold Coast, we open 2 phase classes this week. For vocational, first intake is next week. And for International House Byron Bay, vet courses start next week from the 25th of January. And for Helicos, that will start on the 1st of March. We are still waiting for SAE to go online. I can see there are some messages for Delphine's email address. So the address for Delphine is dswat@csu.edu.au. So Delphine sent her email address and mobile number on the chat section. So I repeat the email address. It's D for Delta, S for Sierra, W for Whiskey, A for Alpha, T for Tango, at C for Charlie, S for Sierra, U for Uniform, .edu.au. The mobile number, the WhatsApp, for WhatsApp, sorry, mobile number is 0415 173 533. So I can't see Shane from SAE Online, so Daniela from International College of Queensland. If you are ready to present 20 minutes early, then you can start the presentation now. Hi, Daniela, can you hear us?
Hi, hello, yes. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you and we can hear you. So Shane from SAE is not online at the moment. So you can start now if you want, instead of 3:20.
Okay.
And I made you a co-host so you can share your presentation as well.
Well, just give me 1 second. Now, can you see it? No.
Yes, we can see it. Yes, so it's all yours.
Okay.
Presentation.
Hello, hello everybody. My name is Daniela. I'm from the International College of Queensland, ICQ. We are a boutique college in the beauty industry. So we are boutique. It's considered boutique because we only have 7 courses and all of the courses are in the same industry. We are a growing RTO, and the school is 80% domestic. So we are growing in the international market, which is really good for all of the students that want to have a real understanding of how is the education in Australia, as the majority of the students are domestic students for Australia. We have 4 campuses in all Queensland. We have in Cairns, Sunshine Coast, and Gold Coast. These 3 are considered a regional area. And we have a brand new campus we opened just in December. It's here in Brisbane. So this is another one good thing because the students can transfer from one campus to another one. So that is also a good selling point and a good advantage to have. They can travel all around Queensland, you know, visit all the good beaches and enjoy the good weather that we have here. Then one of the good things we have here is we are ITEC recognized. ITEC is a qualification that it recognize the qualification over 2 of our courses, the Diploma of Beauty Therapy and the Diploma of Remedial Massage. So after the students finish one of those 2 courses, they can take this test, it's a test, and then their qualification will be recognized in 32 countries, mainly in Europe, because this is a company from the UK. So the students can have that. We have 2 cases with 2 of our students. One joined to the Hilton hotel chain, and another one joined to cruise line, which is really good because with this recognition, they are able to work in this in all of those countries. Then we are open to the public. We have our own clinic, and then the students also do the practical placement over there. This is really good because we make sure that the training it's 50-50, 50% the theory and then 50% of the practice. The good thing is when the students are ready to go to the practice, they are not struggling, oh, where I'm gonna get the place to do my compulsory hours. For example, the ones doing the Diploma of Remedial Massage that they need 150 hours. So it is good that we are also open to the public. We have the menu. We also have all the requirements, and the students learn all the process of how it's to run a business. For example, the ones that do the diploma of salon management, they are in charge of managing the booking. So we try to do it very real, and it's good also for the public. Like if anyone is here in the Sunshine Coast or in Cairns, you can go to our website and do the bookings. Prices are really, really cheap, 80% discount if you compare with any other. It is just before the students to get the practice, and it's good. Then now I'm gonna talk of all the courses. I'm gonna give information a little bit of the courses. So we have the certificate 3 in hairdressing. This course, it's the longest one that we have, go for 72 weeks. It's to learn how to do salon clients, hairdressing foundation, the cut and design, color bleaching. This course has 10 intakes per year. It goes from February to November, and it's available in Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, Cairns, in all in all 4 campuses we have. Then we have the certificate 3 in barbering. This course goes for 60 weeks, and also it's include all of the foundation on how to be a barber. Sometimes a lot of students ask if we do package, if they can do certificate 3 in hairdressing and the certificate 3 in barbering. The answer is no, because they share a lot of the units. And then the next question is like, what is the difference? So basically in barbering, you're gonna learn how to do specifically on men and all of the beard. On the hairdressing, you're gonna learn how to cut men, but like basic. While in this one, you go on deep. So that is the main difference. But then you can package with a diploma of salon management, which give you all the business knowledge of how to run the business. Then we have the diploma of beauty therapy. This course really good for all those students that want to learn a little bit of everything. On this one, they're gonna learn waxing, tinting, manicure, pedicure. It has hair foundation, makeup. So it's one of the most complete course in beauty therapy. Then we have the diploma of screen and media. This course is basically makeup artist. If you have your phone with you, I invite you to follow us on Instagram. Because this is one of the most fun classes that we have, because and it's one of the one that you can see more of the progress. All the students post what they do. We have special effects. For example, in Halloween, when that pass, they learn how to create really scary looks, all the blood, like eyes falling out of the face, all of that. And of course, the students will learn all the bridal of the carnival makeup. This course include all this kit that is here, if you can see. So include really good products, even MAC makeup product, which is a really good brand. And it has 4 intakes per year, this course. Then we have the diploma of remedial massage, also have 4 intakes per year. The duration is 52 weeks. And this is one of the most popular courses we have at the moment. As I say, we have our own clinic, so the students can do their practical placement over here. And it's all included. That is another advantage that we have here. So in other schools, the students don't have to bring their towels, or they have to pay some extra money to do the cleaning fee, while on here at ICQ, everything is included. Then we have the diploma of salon management. And as I say, most of the students package any of the previous course with this one, because with this one, they learn all the business part of how to run a salon, how to run a spa, how to be the team leader, how to do the stock taking, manage the book system. It's all the business side. But this diploma specifically have 2 streams. One is the business, the one that I just explained, and then the other stream is the IPL. In the IPL, the student will learn all the business part, but it will also have 5 extra units just in laser for hair removal. And as you know, this it has a lot of it needs to be managed and have a little bit more or deep knowledge, because as you know, laser is kind of risky, but it also enhances the possibilities of the student later on to get better jobs. And also at the moment, if they choose the laser, it requires more practice, supervised practice. So that is like the main difference between those two courses. But in saying it's the same course, it has the same duration, just the design of the course, it's different place. So that we can fill the 150 hours during the same duration of the course, which is 1 year. Then we have the Advanced Diploma of Holistic Classical Yoga. This course is national accredited. It has 10 intakes per year from February to November. It's really good because the students are going to learn how to be a proper yoga trainer. This course doesn't have any prerequisite, but it's highly required that the student has been practicing yoga for at least 6 months, because it's a very physical course. So as you know, yoga instructor has around minimum 8 classes per day. In that sense, they also need to practice their own techniques and do their own meditation. So that's why we require someone that has been at least practicing for a while. Entry requirements are the standard, so the application form, which is on our website, the academic, it's the successful completion of the GR12 or equivalent, or the last course that the students have finished. Now, with the English proficiency, we have also direct entry for all the students coming from international house. Then we have the passport, depending on the country, we require a statement of purpose or the GTE and the insurance, you know. So to consider as a summary, so the advantage of ICQ, so we have the prices is all included. We have our own clinic for the practical placement. We have a good reputation among the industry. There is payment plan available. The students can choose at the moment of the application if they pay monthly or quarterly. We have 4 campuses, 3 of them in the regional area. The international students are mixed with the domestic, and also we make sure that we have a small group of class, like the classrooms are no more than 20 students, because these courses are very hands-on. So we make sure that the students have all the materials and all the tools that they need to perform. Again, if you have your phone with you, I invite you to follow us on our Instagram. We are trying to be very active on there and show what is happening in class. You can see the work of the students. Also, we let the students, when they are showing their work, we repost them, so you can see the real of the course. So that's all from me at this stage. I don't know if you have any questions.
Thank you, Daniela. Okay, let's see if we have any questions. No, that I don't see any questions. So thank you very much for your presentation. And thank you for a bit earlier. So yeah, there were no questions. Okay, so we'll,
all good.
Yeah, all good. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
We will go to the next presentation.
All good. Bye.
Bye-bye. So Essay will join us a bit later. I talked to Veronica from Business College at IH to see if she could start now instead. Okay, let me check with Veronica. Okay, so Veronica is ready. So unmute. Hi, Veronica.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. So are you ready to start a bit?
Give me 1 minute. I'm
Okay.
going to find the presentation and I'm going to put
Okay.
it on the screen.
Okay,
1 minute.
not a problem.
I hope you can see my screen.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah, perfect. So something about us. We are part of International Household Organization, which was founded in 1953. We have schools all around the world. So we have 140 language schools in more than 50 countries. As you can see on the slide, you'll see a map of Australia. And there you can see 6 locations. All locations belong to us. So we've got schools in Melbourne, 2 schools in Sydney, Sydney City, Bondi, then in a regional area, which is Byron Bay, Gold Coast, and Darwin. First, we started with just a teacher training and English college. Then we saw this potential in vocational and education training. So we started our IHBC college. We started only with Sydney City and Bondi. Then we opened Melbourne. We started with Melbourne and with Darwin. There was a time before COVID when Darwin was booming. The reason of this is, again, because it's in a regional area. So when we have our agent partners who work with migration agents, then they started sending students and basically started creating their pathway plan for the visa. So, and one of the, not the conditions, but one of the points they can or they could get was studying with us. So that's why Darwin was very, very popular. Then a lot of students were coming from Melbourne and Sydney City. COVID happened. The states and territories closed the borders. And then basically our students got stuck in Melbourne and in Sydney. At the moment, all the situation is a bit weird, a bit odd, but we hope that everything will get back to normal. And we're gonna start receiving all the students in Darwin and also in 2 new locations in Gold Coast and Byron Bay. As you can see, what we offer is business, leadership and management, marketing and communication, project management. And one of our selling points is our social media marketing. It's on a diploma of social media marketing, which has been very, very popular among our students. Here you can see a structure of our courses. On top of the slide, you can see the timetable. We know that students and agents are usually asked for it. This is just a sample of it. So just to show you that we've got some lectures and workshops at each location, we've got trainers sitting there, and basically they're available for our students if they have some difficulties with their assignments, if they need some help during their studies, they can always come to any of our campuses and talk to our trainers. We've got a system, which is a student portal, through which they can basically book the appointment, and then they can come to the campus to talk about that. Then mostly in the evenings, we've got our lectures, which they depend on the course and which day they are taught. However, usually it's once per week. It's from 5 to 9 p.m. So they are evening lectures. Some of the classes, because of COVID, are running online as well. So basically your students, at the moment, they have option of choosing to be face-to-face or online. Then below this box, you can see our academic calendar. So you can see how many intakes we offer per year. So we've got 6 intakes per year, which gives us more start dates. So basically, if your students are running or their visa is expiring and they need to study something above their early course studies, then you know that IHBC actually offers more intakes per year. Each intake has 6 weeks of study and 2 weeks of holidays. We all know that during holidays they can work unlimited hours, which gives them also the opportunity to earn some money and basically to pay for the next term. We offer, so having said that, we offer also installment plans for our students, which actually help them to pay their studies, especially during this difficult time. So all the certificate 4s are for 1 year. Only certificate 3 is for 6 months. It's a bit shorter. I think it was very good addition to our certificate 4s and diplomas and advanced diplomas. So it's a bit shorter, so students don't have to go for the full year. As I said, we've got an interactive student portal, which is called Canvas. It's one of the best in Australia. Students are talking to their trainers. They can find all the materials through this portal. They can also share their opinions, talk to their classmates. One of our selling points is our campus flexibility. So basically students can move around. Once they enroll in the Sydney campus or Melbourne or any of our campuses, after completing 1 term, they can actually move to another city. Our agents, they have to bear in their minds that some of the fees are a bit higher. So in this case, the students would need to pay the price difference, but there is this flexibility. It's amazing because some of the students, they just need to start as soon as possible. They can start in Sydney, and then because they decide, all right, I'm gonna go to a regional area, after 1 term, they can basically swap and they can come here to Darwin or Gold Coast or Byron Bay. Here you've got a bit of our courses. You can find how many terms, what is certificate 4 or 3 or diploma of business about, our locations, everything you can find on our website. Also, if you click on learn more, it gives you all the requirements which we ask for each course. So basically, if you are not sure, I don't know, your student maybe doesn't have the right academic level, please don't be shy, send us an email and we can assess it with our admissions team, and they can let us know, or they can let you know which of the courses will be more suitable for our students. We've got also English requirements for our students, which they have to meet. However, as we are also English school and your students, sometimes they don't have an official certificate with their level of English, we can also test them. They don't have to go to the campus to be tested. They can use our online placement test share with you. So basically, your students go there and they do all the bands. So reading, speaking, there's a writing, also grammar. Then our academic department assess it, and we will let you know if your student is eligible to apply straight away into a diploma or any other courses, or they need some English. Then one of our courses is project management. We've got a certificate for diploma and advanced diploma. one of the popular courses here in Darwin and in Melbourne is leadership and management. Usually students go for diploma, an advanced diploma, they can get 2 years. So this is what we've been experiencing here in Darwin as one of the most popular course. Also, as I mentioned before, our Diploma of Social Media Marketing. Apart from the Diploma of Social Media Marketing, we also offer Marketing and Communication from Certificate 4 up to Advanced Diploma. There is one tricky part. Your students, if they are applying for Diploma of Marketing and Communication at IHBC, they must have Certificate 4 in Marketing and Communication completed at any Australian institution. So basically, that's one of the requirements to be able to apply into a Diploma of Marketing and Communication. If the current academic level is way too high and they cannot go with a Certificate 4 level, and they have to go from diploma onwards, then there is an option of packaging Diploma of Social Media Marketing and Advanced Diploma of Marketing and Communication. So basically, that's the way how to avoid going through the Certificate 4 in Marketing and Communication. So basically, they can skip this whole step and they can apply Diploma of Social Media Marketing and Advanced Diploma of Marketing and Communication. So also, this is very, very popular package here in Darwin. With the Diploma of Social Media Marketing, I didn't put anything on this presentation. However, if you go to our website, you can find that during 4th and 5th term, we offer a work placement. We work with a third party, which help us actually place students to any companies in any city. So basically, they grab a student, they screen the profile, and then they're gonna place the student to a suitable company, either here in Darwin or in Melbourne or in Sydney. It's one of our selling points. So basically, once they do this work placement test for, work placement for 12 weeks, they don't have to come to school and study. So basically, as I said, this is part of their studies. But because COVID happened, and then all the restrictions, we told them that it's not compulsory. So basically now they have an option of choosing this work placement or study. So either of these options, they have to go through those two terms. The good thing is, I know some of the students, they're like, oh, it's annoying. I don't want to work for free because it's not paid. But some of our students actually, once they completed the work placement, they got an offer from the particular company. So the company was so happy with the students that basically they offered them a job. And it's amazing finding a job in a company helping with the social media marketing. It's just great. It's something different than working in hospitality. So I guess it's a good opportunity for our students. Also on our application form, which I can share with you, you've got all the courses and campuses mentioned. So basically you will see which courses we offer at which campus, and below that you can also see the start dates for 2021 and 2022. As I said, this can be shared with you. So I'm gonna shoot you my email, and you can email me if you are requiring that. So why IH Business College? We are one of the industry leaders. As you saw at the beginning of the presentation, we are a worldwide company, so we are well known through the whole world. The quality of our courses and teachers are just amazing. We make sure that we select the best trainers, best teachers for our schools. So because then it's very important the way how they deliver all the learning materials to our students, and we just want to make sure that your students are having a good time with us and they are learning something new, something useful for them. And that's it for me. So if you have any questions, please, you can send a message. I can share my email, so you can email me anytime.
Thank you, Veronica. So I've shared Veronica's email address in the chat section with my email address as well. I also added the dates for the vet intake for IH Gold Coast and IH Baramba.
Perfect.
For all agencies, we have an agent section in the website. So if you go to the agent login, if you don't have the agent logins yet, just contact us. We will send you by email the username and password, and you can access all our marketing materials, videos. You can download them, application forms. Yeah, so you can find everything there. Any questions? No. Okay. So thank you very much, Veronica, for starting a bit earlier.
No problem. Thank you so much for organizing this amazing job.
And so next presentation will be Southern Cross University, and I can see that we have Tim and Betty already online. So Tim and Betty, are you ready to start now?
Yes, sure.
Hi Tim, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So is it just you or Betty as well is joining us?
No, Betty's here as well. Yeah,
okay.
Presenting.
So I will. Okay, so thank you very much for your time for today. So when you're ready, please feel free to share your presentation, and you've got 20 minutes to present Southern Cross University.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And a very good afternoon to everybody. It is a pleasure to be here. We've only got a really short time to give you as much information as possible, so we'll get started straight away. My name's Tim. I'm from the Hotel School, part of Southern Cross University, and I have my colleague Betty, who is with me as well. We'll both be presenting some information on the Hotel School, our unique advantages, and the courses that we offer to you this afternoon.
My name's Adam Shoemaker. I'm delighted to be the Vice Chancellor of Southern Cross University. I have been to 5 separate countries outside Australia, and I've met alumni from the Hotel School in each one of them. So it really tells you something about the global reach of this joint alliance partnership. It's fantastic.
The partnership we have is very unique because it connects one of Australia's best universities to the industry. When the industry is moving so fast, there's so much innovation, it's actually making sure that the education is very directly aligned to the needs of the industry.
It's what Southern Cross University is all about, the fact that we are the only hotel school in Australia that is a boutique hotel school. You get the degree from the public university, but you're receiving it in a very supported, small environment where everybody knows your name and everybody supports you every step of the way. You're not lost in the system.
What I like about the industry generally is that you can choose so many different areas of specialty, and it is a business degree. You're in the business of hospitality, leisure, entertainment, and hotels.
It's the hotel school, so that means the best of, the best in breed, and the best in Australia.
Okay, over to you, Tim. Thank you.
Thank you, Betty. Here's our international team, myself and Betty. I've already introduced. We have Sam Teo, who's based in Melbourne, who is our regional manager, looks after onshore Melbourne and also some offshore markets. Fernando Pimentel's our international marketing executive. And we also have offshore reps in country that we can introduce you all to later if you don't know them already. So that's the international team. So you've just seen that video, which gave you a little bit of a glimpse into who we are. And who we are is actually a really interesting part and one of the most unique selling points of the hotel school, because we are this joint alliance between a public university, being Southern Cross University, and a company called Malfa. Now, Malfa might not be a household name, but you'll certainly know some of the properties that Malfa invests in. Malfa is a multi-billion-dollar investment company, and one of the largest areas that they invest in is in luxury five-star hotels. So that's why we say to our students that they can study with us and work with us. We provide them the education, and then we also provide them with the employment opportunities. And here are a few of the Malfa properties that we own. We own the Intercontinental Hotel in Sydney, our flagship property, overlooking Circular Quay. We own Intercontinental Hayman Island, which is one of the most luxurious island resorts in Australia. Intercontinental Sanctuary Cove, a huge resort on the Gold Coast. Bimbadgen is in the Hunter region. It's a winery and a big events destination. We own the Maritz Hotel and Salzburg Apartments in Perisher. We own properties internationally like the London Marriott Hotel Grosvenor Square. We own a beautiful Sofitel in Paris. We own the largest Sofitel in the world, which is in Manila, in the Philippines. And we own a couple of properties in Hong Kong, including the Novotel Century Hong Kong and the Ibis North Point Hong Kong. At all of these hotels, our students have the opportunity to do internships, part-time work, and full-time graduate positions. I just wanted to specifically focus on some of the properties that we have in regional locations. So we know that there are some distinct benefits for students, and particularly students who graduate from our bachelor degree or our master's program to go and work in the regional locations if they're looking to stay in Australia longer term. We have these 5 properties located in regional locations in Australia. And believe it or not, these are actually the harder properties for us to find staff for. So we're always looking for new staff, and we advertise internally to our graduating students the employment opportunities that are available at these properties. We've just recently done a round of recruitment with our fresh graduates for both of those intercontinental properties, the Intercontinental Hayman Island and the Intercontinental Sanctuary Cove. And we have a number of our graduates, a number of our alumni working at all of those properties. So there are opportunities for our students, both in the big cities and also outside. And it's not just graduate positions, it's internships as well. We actually have students on our Brisbane campus that are working part-time at the Intercontinental and the Gold Coast. So there are lots and lots of opportunities for students in these regional locations. I just wanted to quickly show you the 3 campuses of the hotel school. First of all is Sydney, which is our largest campus. We actually started in Sydney in 1989. So we are 32 years old in Sydney, right in the heart of Sydney on Phillip Street, only a short walk to Circular Quay, about 400 metres, very, very close to the Intercontinental Sydney. So most of the staff that you see in the Intercon in Sydney are either our current students, our alumni, or the students on internships. And we're surrounded by all of the hotels as well. Melbourne was the second campus that we established in 2015. It's actually the fastest growing campus of the hotel school. Again, we're right in the middle of the CBD on Lonsdale Street there, so there's lots and lots of employment opportunities for our students very close by. The third campus of the hotel school is Brisbane, which we opened beginning of last year. Our Brisbane campus is on Creek Street, only a short walk from the central station, and students have amazing opportunities within the hospitality sector in Brisbane and also with our properties in the Gold Coast as well. In terms of the career choices, I just wanted to make a point here, and Betty will talk more to this later. What we actually teach at the hotel school are business qualifications. So we do a Bachelor of Business in Hotel Management or a Masters of Business in Global Hotel Leadership. So the opportunities that our students have are not focused around commercial cookery. In fact, we don't teach that at all. What we're teaching students is how to be managers for this vibrant industry. So students have opportunities in general hotel management, event management, hospitality management, tourism, but then also more generic business opportunities. So things like sales and marketing, human resource management, accounting and finance, revenue and yield management. There's lots of roles within that particular part of a hotel, and also just in general business roles as well. So we have our students that go and work in the banking and finance sector, that go and work in IT, anything customer centric, because that's what hospitality is about. It's very customer centric and it's a business qualification. So there are lots of employment opportunities for our students in a variety of different career fields. Everything that we do at the hotel school is about preparing our students for the industry. So we offer lots of job ready practical training on top of the curriculum. So we do field trips to our different hotels. We have industry guest speaker series every week. Certain classes are delivered by the industry. We offer personal brand development, career panel discussions, mock interview sessions with HR managers. Lots of exposure to the industry. Our PLC team are a team of staff, and their sole job is to prepare our students for the industry and connect our students with the industry. So they have a menu of the different sessions that they run. They run a different session every week of every session. And these are an example of them. We offer networking courses, teaching students networking know-how, and then that ends with a networking lunch with industry professionals, winery tours, manager for a day, LinkedIn courses, how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. All of these things are done to prepare our students for employment after graduation. That's our main focus. Internships are a very important part of what we offer at the hotel school, and we have a wide range of internships. Now, we do offer internships within our own hotels, lots of internships within our own hotels, but students aren't limited to working within the Malfa group. So students, we have, because we've been around since 1989, we have very strong connections with the industry. We're also one of the largest investors in the industry in Australia. So we can open doors to different hotel chains, to different tourism businesses that other hotel schools might not be able to. As well as the normal internships within the industry, we also offer internship opportunities at Malfa headquarters. So some of our students get to do an internship at the headquarters of a multi-billion-dollar investment company, doing research on new investment opportunities within the industry, doing marketing and public relations. And as well as all of the internship opportunities we offer in Australia, we also offer overseas internship opportunities as well. The internships, the main focus of the internship is to give the student more industry experience, to help them build their professional network, and to help them to bulk out their CV so that they can get a higher level position once they graduate. But one of the added bonuses of the internship is that we do offer paid internship opportunities. And students have the opportunity to earn over $26 an hour, which means that during the minimum 600-hour internship, students can earn over $15,000 during their internship to help pay off the cost of tuition or to help with the cost of living. Our main focus, as I said, is getting students employed after graduation. That's how we measure success at the hotel school. And we're very fortunate because we are able to employ a lot of our students ourselves within our own group. And that's helped us to get these really good graduate employment outcomes. Last year, we had 97% graduate employment within 6 months of graduation. And perhaps what's even more impressive to me is that we had 65% graduate employment before graduation. So that's students who had been offered a full-time job or were already working in the industry before completing their course. This is just a free service that we offer, graduate recruitment service. It's available to all students up to 12 months after graduation. So particularly last year with COVID, some of our students had lost their jobs. They were able to come back to us and take advantage of this graduate recruitment service, and we were able to connect them with new employment opportunities that suited their profile. And now to tell you a little bit about the courses that we offer at the hotel school, I'm going to hand over to Betty.
Thank you, team. So this is a snapshot about our program that we are offering under the Hotel School Southern Cross University. So I will give you a quick introduction about each program. So if you have any question at the end, so please feel free to contact us and contact Silvan, then we can get more information about our program as well. So first of all, we start from the Diploma of Hotel Management. This is a 1-year program, which is a part of our bachelor program. It's the first year, and then you can see the entry requirement with the English requirement with the international house as well. So you can see the English requirement on the screen. And secondly, I want to give you more information about our bachelor program. So our bachelor program is a Bachelor of Business in Hotel Management, which means that the student is not only just study the hotel management, it's a bachelor degree of business from the student. They can get more experience and get more knowledge about different areas during the business bachelor degree as well. And then this is a 3-year bachelor degree. As mentioned earlier, we have 6-month paid internship opportunity during the program. Usually students can start their internship on the 2nd year and the 3rd year as well. And then we have another brand new program started from last year, which is Master of Business in Global Hotel Leadership. It's a 2-year master program from those students who would like to take with us as well. The English requirement is also on the screen from the IH as well. Students from particular country, they can package our English IH English courses together with our master program as well. For our master program, we also have a 6-month paid internship opportunity as well. So the student usually can do the internship at the end of the program. And then there's some advantages for our master program, which is I highlighted, which is one of the only one, the public university in Australia can offer 6-month paid internship on the master degree. So the student can have advantages to doing the internship while doing our master program. And second thing I want to highlight, as Tim mentioned earlier, our student can do the internship under the Malfa head office as well. The advantages for this is not only just work in the hotel, the student also can work in our head office in Sydney, and they can have a different experience as well. And lastly, it's very brand new program. It's not ready to go, but I want to share with you today because I know that there's some agents coming today as well. So this is our brand new program. It's Associate Degree of International Hotel and Tourism Management. It's a 2-year program. At the end of the day, students can get 2 qualifications. One will be Southern Cross University offer a associate degree, and other one will be HTMI Switzerland. It's a Diploma of Hotel and Tourism Management. So 2-year time, student can get 2 qualifications, which is recognized worldwide, and also have the paid 10-month paid internship as well. So which is very attractive program, and we are happy to share more information about this program in the future as well. And this is a snapshot about the school fee for our program, and that's a snapshot about the paid internship and also the casual job of the student doing. So which is the student can little bit earn some money during the program as well. And lastly, is just a summary about us. This is 6 key advantages from the hotel school and why you guys to choose from us as well. So we have a very good location. We have 3 campus, and I will introduce another campus very soon. We are the August Hotel School 1989. We offer the paid internship for our associate degree, for our bachelor, and also for a master degree as well. We have a very good nationality mix for the student, from the domestic student and then international student as well. I could say usually about 50 and 50. And then we have a unique partnership with a part of our Malfa group, so students can work and part-time job, internship with our Malfa hotel property as well. And lastly, we are the part of the public university of the Southern Cross University. So lastly, I want to play the last video before we end. So this is a 4th campus that we will be coming for all our students. We will announce officially once we have the formal information, but I want to share the information for you guys today. We will have a 4th campus in the regional area, which is in the center of the Hayman Island.
Cayman Island is located in a regional area, and this means that we really look after our colleagues and make sure that they feel that they have a great working environment. Every day is different. You really look forward to go to work.
If you like the weather, if you like the sun, this is the place to go.
We actually are a family in the sense that at the end of a busy day, we go home to each other. So we live together, we work together, we play together, we enjoy life together.
This is hospitality, this is true hospitality.
Just as important as all of that is knowing the industry. And for that reason, I'm very passionate about partnering with the hotel school.
With the knowledge, with the practice, with the training that I received from the hotel school, I felt like I'm ready to get into the industry. It's not just about study, but also having the support from your life, from your job.
The graduates that come through the hotel school really have great qualities. They're very confident, they're very friendly, they're international, they're well-traveled.
It's having people that already have the core skills and foundations of what it means to be a hospitality professional.
I think hotel school is a great pathway, and it's the best thing I have done for my career.
Thank you very much for today.
Thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank you, Savan. Just right on.
So yes, so I don't think we have any questions at the moment. Feel free to add your email addresses to the chat section for the agents to contact you directly as well.
Will do.
Perfect. So the recording from the previous sessions in November, everything is edited and they will be live on the website either this week or next week. The same for this, that will be edited as well, and then that will be available in a couple of weeks. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sven.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now the next provider will be the University of Southern Queensland.
Sivan.
Daniel, how are you, Daniel?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. So I will make you a co-host so you can share your presentation.
Okay, fantastic.
So to the attendees, University of Southern Queensland is a guest provider today. We are still finalizing the articulation, but that will be finalized very soon. So Daniel, once you are ready, please feel free to start your presentation.
Sure. Can you see my screen there, Sylvain?
Yeah, we can see
okay.
it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So you have 20 minutes.
Sure, yeah. So I guess what I'll do today, hi everyone. I'll give a quick overview about USQ. As Sylvain mentioned, we are in the final stages of doing an agreement to ensure that students will be able to attain credits towards their study here at the University of Southern Queensland. So to introduce myself, I am the International Business Manager here at the University of Southern Queensland, based in the Springfield campus, which is just a short drive away from Brisbane. And I'm also studying my doctorate with USQ. So I'll give you a bit of a perspective on my view of studying here, as well as some of the other benefits that students may find by studying at our various campuses across Queensland. Okay, so USQ has been around for the last 50 years and really has focused on delivering high quality education as well as high quality research. It's only in the last few years that we have pushed more into that international space in terms of recruiting students both onshore and offshore to study our programs. We've obviously had a reputation across Australia for online education. So we were one of the first providers to go into the online education space, which is why when COVID hit, we were sort of already having those systems in place. So if you have any students who are offshore seeking to commence online first, we definitely have all those systems there already. So what I might start off with is giving an introduction about where our campuses are actually located, because this is a question I get commonly from people who aren't very familiar with Queensland. So we have 3 locations. The main location is in Toowoomba, which is around 2 hours drive from the Brisbane CBD. It is one of Australia's largest inland cities. So it's got its own city going on there as well. And then our 2 other locations are considerably smaller, but sort of have a niche student cohort. So there's USQ Ipswich, which is for health students, and USQ Springfield, which is our newest campus and only about 35 minutes drive from the Brisbane CBD. So as you can see, all of these locations are sort of towards the western side of the Brisbane city. So I'll firstly talk about the Toowoomba campus. This is a regional location. So for students who are seeking the benefits of studying in a regional city, they will get this at Toowoomba, where we have around 3,000 students. One of the benefits, obviously, to studying in a regional location is the cost of living is a lot lower than if they were to study in the Brisbane city, for example. So as I said before, it is our largest campus. So we have the full campus experience available to students who wish to study here. So it's good for students who are maybe coming straight from high school, who want to have that social aspect as well as the academic side. Here is a picture of the Toowoomba skyline. So it is, pretty similar to some of the other regional cities in Australia that are inland. There is still, a lot of job opportunities there for international students in hospitality or working in a restaurant or in a cafe or that sort of thing. There are some big businesses out there as well in the town of Toowoomba. So it is by no means a very small town. There are still opportunities for students out there. The other thing, of course, is it is only about 2 hours or an hour and a half drive from Brisbane. So we do have students who might study here, but they actually live elsewhere in Brisbane. The next campus I'll talk about is Springfield, which is where I'm based at. So this is only about 30 minutes drive away from the Brisbane city. It is our newest campus as well. And at this location, we offer mainly business, aviation, some of the engineering subjects, and health as well. You can see here in this picture, we actually have a shuttle bus as well. So this will take students in between the locations. So for example, if a student is actually based in Toowoomba, but they have a class in Springfield or in Ipswich, they can take this bus and it takes them free of charge between the locations. So it is quite a handy service that we provide there. The next campus and final one is USQ Ipswich, which is again within driving distance of Brisbane, and there is also public transport nearby as well. So we have about 1,600 students at this campus, and it is our health hub. So we only offer subjects like allied health, nursing, paramedicine, and so on. And it doesn't matter which location they're based at, they still get the full student support experience and also a fully equipped library. I guess the only difference is that Toowoomba has more of that campus vibe. So if they're looking to join like social clubs or some of the sports clubs as well, then that's mainly offered at Toowoomba campus. Currently, we have about 28,000 students on campus, and online students enroll from 110 countries. So as I said before, we do have a strong online presence, and that's increased this year as well with obviously the borders being closed to our most recent intakes. Okay, so in terms of the subjects that we offer here at the University of Southern Queensland, we've got 2 faculties. You can see here we have the Business, Education, Law and Arts faculty, where there's arts, aviation, business and management, education, law, media, and visual and performing arts. One program which I might highlight for you is the aviation degree, because this isn't offered by a lot of the other Australian universities, except for a select few. And we actually have a linkage with Qantas and their flight academy in the Toowoomba campus. So this is quite attractive for some of our international students because of that linkage and also the facilities that we have sharing with them at the Toowoomba airport. And on the other side, we have health, science, and engineering. The Bachelor of Nursing is actually one of our most popular programs, and we are still accepting students this year into those intakes. Psychology is another one which we are experiencing quite an uptake in from international students, especially clinical psychology. So if you have any students who are looking to make the step up from a bachelor's degree into, for example, the clinical psychology program, this is one that is quite competitive for us here at USQ. And we obviously also have engineering at both the mechanical and electrical specialties, and various other allied health courses there. So why did I choose USQ? I guess this will give you an insight into my personal experience so far as a student. But the good thing about our online system is that when you are studying, you get 24-hour access to the online classroom and the learning materials, which is very important at this time where access directly to lecturers can be a bit limited. And obviously students have commitments outside as well. The other thing is that we do have smaller class sizes here. So that way you get more access to teaching staff, which is very important for obviously degrees with a research component, but also for students who may actually benefit from more interaction with the lecturers. So I used to study at one of the larger Queensland universities where the cohorts can be quite large. So some students may not learn very well in this sort of environment. And finally, for the facilities, both physically and online. So I'll show you some pictures of the facilities later on. But in terms of our other rankings, we're actually 3 years in a row rated as the #1 university in Australia for the highest graduate starting salary. So that was from 2018 to 2020. So if you have any students who have that ambition to enter the professional workforce after studying, this is one statistic that might be quite lucrative for them. So even though we are a smaller public university, we still have state-of-the-art facilities for our students. This includes the flight simulator. We have 2 flight simulators based on our campuses, one of which is the Boeing that you can see here. But we also have an Airbus simulator at our Toowoomba campus. So again, this is very attractive for students looking to become a commercial pilot because not many universities can say they actually have their own flight simulator accessible to students. And we also have fully equipped health wards. So as I mentioned before, the Bachelor of Nursing is our most popular program. And it's because of the state-of-the-art facilities that we have for these students, which makes them very attractive when they enter the workforce. So just quickly in terms of the online studies. So obviously this is very important for students at the moment. The feedback has been good. As I said, we've had the system in place for a number of years. So there wasn't much of an integration process, but the students have all the access available to them on the USQ online study system, and they'll receive a lot of support through the learning advisors, but also the lecturers if they receive any obstacles in the way during their study. Okay, so in terms of accommodation, we do have 3 options available at each campus. So they can stay at Toowoomba, Springfield or Ipswich campus, with the price ranging from about $100 to $250 per week. In terms of our intakes, so we have 3 intakes available per year. So that's in February, July and November, as is pretty standard across the universities. And that will give you an idea on the left-hand side about some of the requirements that we have for applications. In terms of our price range, we are on the affordable side of the scale in terms of our pricing for bachelor's and master's degrees, which you can see here. But more importantly, I'll touch on the scholarships that we're offering in 2021. Firstly, we're giving a 25% fee reduction for all commencing international students for both semester 1 and semester 2. And that is across the whole program. And we are also offering a 10% fee reduction for the Bachelor of Nursing. Also, for students who are able to make it here this year, we're giving them free accommodation at our Toowoomba campus for 1 semester. So as you saw before, accommodation can cost around $300 per week. So that's saving them at least about $3,000 there. For students who can't actually make it here in time for semester 1 or semester 2, we will honor that, that accommodation when they can eventually come here. So, you know, it's a very attractive scholarship. As you saw before, our tuition fees are already on the more affordable side, and that's not considering the 25% scholarship on top of that as well. Yeah, so that's about it from me today. Hopefully that's given you a quick overview about what we can offer here at the University of Southern Queensland and some of the more attractive elements of what we may be able to offer your students. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, you can see now. Okay. So thank you very much. So yeah, so the articulation that we will have with University of Southern Queensland will be for our VET courses towards your Bachelor of Business programs and the English as well.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So that should be finalized very soon.
Correct, yeah. So thank you very much. I don't think we have any questions at the moment. So Daniel, feel free to share your email address in the chat section with our agents. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sylvain.
So yeah, so we look forward to working closely with University of Southern Queensland. So very convenient location with us now being in the Gold Coast.
That's right. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So the next presenter will be SAE at 4:20. So we are a bit early. I don't think we have Shane available as yet. As I mentioned before, if you go to the International House website, there is on the top right-hand corner, you get an agent login section, and that's to access the agent portal. So if you don't already have access to this portal, please email me, and then I will give you the username and password, so you can access all our marketing materials. So I will share again my email address now. So while we have a few more minutes, for all applications, you need to email us at enroll@ihsydney.com.au. That will be the most effective email address. Feel free to CC us as well, just in case we need to follow up. The pathway flyer will be finalized as soon as we have the latest agreements finalized as well. So that should be available next week. So then we will send it to you, and that will be available in the agent portal. So if you have any questions about any partners or about us, we have another 5 minutes. So feel free to ask questions now through the chat box or the Q&A box. As my colleague Veronica mentioned earlier, so because of the COVID situation and some states being closed, students let's say students who wanted to apply for IH Gold Coast, but they're stuck in Victoria, they've got the option to study online, and then once the border is open, then they will be able to transfer. But the COE will still be issued for IH Gold Coast. Same applies for all the campuses. So most of the courses are available online and on campus. because obviously because of the situation. Some students do prefer online at the moment, which is quite convenient for them. But then all the support sessions are currently available online as well. Ah, perfect. Okay, so Shane, can you hear me?
I can, mate. Sorry about that. I have two email addresses. I logged on as my Navitas email address. As many of you will know, SAE is part of Navitas, but I'm actually registered under my SAE address. So sorry about that. I'm ready to go when you guys are.
I just made you a co-host so you can share your presentation.
Awesome. Okay, so how is everybody today? Do we have many on the call? And could you guys let me know where you are joining this call from? If there's any Indians on the call, well played in the cricket. What an amazing series. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us here today. Unfortunately, we can't talk about cricket all day, so we will talk a little bit more about SAE. As I did mention, that SAE is part of the Navitas group, and we have many, many campuses, and I will just try to share my screen here. If you just give me a minute, please. Here today. So SAE, mentioned, is part of the Navitas group. We have 47 campuses across 23 countries. So we have campuses in many, many countries. We have campuses across the UK, across the USA, and we have a number in Australia as well. So our main campus in Australia is really Sydney and Melbourne are the two biggest campuses. We also have a smaller campus in Perth. We have New Zealand as well, and Brisbane, where I'm currently based. Our Byron Bay campus is actually our global headquarters. So we run our 47 campuses out of Byron Bay, which is pretty awesome, as you can imagine. So we are the world's largest provider of creative media education. We've been going since 1976, and we have qualifications that range from diploma through to bachelor degree. And we also have some certificates as well. Our main areas are audio, film, games, animation, development, and design. And we run a trimester, so a February, May, and October intake. The great thing about SAE is that we are project-based, so we do not actually run exams. So all of our students work together. So our game students work with our design students, our audio students work with our games, or our film students. So it's all project-based. All of our programs have a guaranteed internship in the final trimester for all of our bachelor degrees. So our students work in a lot of different companies all around Australia. And we've seen a lot of success, and a lot of students obtain jobs as a result of that. And we have some award-winning alumni. So we have 4 Academy Awards winners, actually. We have a number of BAFTAs and other awards as well. So this is hugely exciting for us. The challenge for us is keeping track of our graduates and our alumni as they do so many interesting and exciting things. So we learn in a real world facility. So on the latest equipment, we invest a lot of money in our equipment, and our campuses are really impressive if you get the chance to have a look at one. So I'll just flip through some of the photos of our campus. So this is our Brisbane campus where I'm based. I'm actually in my home office now, but this is where my office is. We have a full theatre set up in this campus as well. And I'll just flick through just to give you an indication of what our campuses look like. So this is our Byron Bay campus, which, as I mentioned, is the global headquarters in the beautiful Byron Bay. This is one of our studios. So we've had very famous rock stars and singers and pop stars, etc., play on our campus there. It has an amazing atmosphere. Our Sydney campus in Haymarket, very inner city. This is some of our film students filming probably what is a short film as part of their project work. Our Melbourne campus back open and running now, which is great, and one of our studios in our Melbourne campus. And our Perth campus as well, with the latest AR, VR technology. One of the things I think is important about the industry or the creative media sector that SAE operates in is getting across to students and to families the demand for these positions, or the demand in these kind of areas. So within animation, you can see some of the increases in terms of the specialists that are required, but also if you start watching movies and start really looking at a lot of movies feature an enormous amount of animation. So like in 2018, 2 of the top 6, I think it's something like 7 or 8 of the top 10 grossing movies were actually animated. So it's not just about actors these days. You know that animation is really picking up. Audio's seen good growth as well, and obviously 2020 is certainly an unusual year for audio, but we expect this to pick back up when things hopefully return to normal in the near future. Design, you know that there's great demand for design across graphic design and web design, etc. Within film, there's 46,000 full-time jobs within the Australian screen industry, and this is of just a couple of years ago. So this is a real growth area in Australia, and certainly our students are picking up work in this field. And games just continues to grow and grow, doesn't it? There's not too many people these days that don't play some form of game or are interested in this particular area. And we have our web and mobile, so it's really integrated into our design area, which is essentially web design. So these industry stats are really good material to talk to the parents of our students about the size of the industry. So in terms of animation, we have both character animation, modeling, and visual effects. So students go on to jobs such as 2 or 3D animators, motion graphics designers, post-production for broadcast media, those kinds of positions. Some of our students have done some pretty amazing work. Many of you might have played the game Angry Birds, which has sold hundreds of millions of copies, and those particular students have formed their own games company, have gone on to make other amazing games. We've had students work on these movies, Thor, Cars. We've had audio students work on the Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars. So we've had some pretty amazing experiences that have eventuated for our students. SAE is really known for audio. SAE stands for the School of Audio Engineering. So we do a lot of post-production and music producing and mastering and live sound engineering. So this is studio work, but our students also get internships at various festivals and events, which is amazing. And hopefully they start up again this year. The Blues Fest in Byron Bay is one example where our students get internships and get on-the-job training. Our design course is really popular, mostly graphic design, so students into web design and just general graphic design, but also creative directors and content managers. So as you know, there's so much graphic design in pretty much everything we look at and do these days. Our film, SAE is really popular with film as well. So our big programs in audio and film. Students work on projects and may make commercials or short films and work on projects with our sound engineering students, etc. So students go on to become directors or producers. We have students that have entered their films in local film festivals and have done really well, which you can see on our YouTube channel. There's some great short films on there if you get a chance to have a look at. Our games designers, students have gone on to really entrepreneurial exploits and form their own companies. They design systems and they program games. So it's not about playing games, it's about making them. We have 4 Academy Award winners. These are our Academy Award winners, which is pretty exciting. And yeah, we've always got students that are doing really well. And there's lots more information on our YouTube channel about that. As stated, we do run a trimester program. We do run a fast track and a standard track. So students can take a diploma over 2 trimesters, or they can take it over 3 trimesters, so 7 months or 12 months. And same with the bachelor, students can do it over 6, which is 2 years, or do it over 8 trimesters, which is 2 years and 2 trimesters. So it gives students a bit more flexibility. My contact details are here. I'd be more than happy to hear from you. That's a quick overview of SAE. Please take a look at our Instagram and YouTube and Facebook channels. We're always running events. I'd be delighted to hear from you, and thank you very much for your time today. And yeah, please be in touch. Thanks a lot for organising this too, Sylvan. Much appreciated.
So thank you so much for the presentation. Now that we're in Byron Bay, it's a great opportunity for students to actually have a package as well. Start English with us and then do SAE in Byron Bay, which is, yeah, like you said, an amazing location.
Sure is, isn't it?
Yeah, so so I don't think we have any questions at present. Shane, feel free to share your email address in the chat section.
Absolutely.
For our agents to contact you. And like one of the agents asked, we are recording the presentations, and then they will be edited and they will be available on the web event page.
Fantastic.
So Shane, thank you very much, and have a great afternoon.
Thank you very much. Take care all.
Right. So now we have the final provider. That will be University of New England, and that will be Jeremy presenting from, we've got 3 minutes left at 4:40. Any questions regarding SAE or any other partners? No, thanks again, Shane. If you cannot see Shane's email address, it's s.rourke, R-O-R-K-E, @edu.au. Sorry, it's s.rourke, so R-O-R-K-E, @sae.edu. For future events, if you want us to organize an event for a specific topic or specific area, please let us know, and then I will work on it. So this event was specifically for regional areas. So now we got Darwin, Northern Territory, Queensland, and then Byron Bay. There will be another general event in a couple of months as well for all our partners. Please send us feedback as well on what time is convenient for you, how long it should last. Is 20 minutes enough for each presentation? What information do you want specifically from partners? Send me all your feedback, and then we can work on it for the next event. Do we have any agents attending from overseas? I know that in previous events we had agents from the USA. Okay. I'm not sure what the time difference is between which part of USA, but thank you for attending the event. From Myanmar. Wow, amazing. So 10:40 p.m. Okay, well, thank you for your dedication, Marietta. Because I know for South America, it's very difficult for agencies to attend because I think it's 16 hours difference. And as well for Europe, Western Europe, it's quite difficult. So thank you very much. Good, oh, that's great. Myanmar and USA. Okay, so this will be the last presentation, and that will be University of New England. We're just waiting for Jeremy Turner to join us. Thank you, Marietta. Oh, Jeremy. Okay, Jeremy is here. Okay, Jeremy. Jeremy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Sylvain. How are you going?
Okay, so I'll promote you to a panelist. So then, yeah. So can you, okay, you should be able to, there you go. Video is on.
Hey, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. But just so that there's a lady here from the US, so that's obviously a long way away. What I'll do is obviously we're running to the end of this now, so I will just give a quick presentation on University of New England. What I'll do is I'm just going to start sharing my screen as soon as.
You have 20 minutes and you're the last one, so
okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Cool. Okay, so
we can see your screen.
Perfect. All right. So yeah, so thanks for letting me speak today, everyone. My name is Jeremy Turner. I am a recruitment officer for University of New England. This afternoon, I'm just going to give you a very quick overview of our university, who we are, where we come from, what we offer to students, particularly for international house students, and then just give a few other advantages that I think our university does offer, particularly situated as a regional university. So it's really good to be able to speak purely about regional education here this afternoon. So without further ado, just to give you a very quick introduction to the University of New England. So UNE, we were the first university in Australia that was actually established outside a capital city. So before then, I think there'd only been a couple of universities in Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane. And UNE was established originally as an agricultural college that was attached to the University of Sydney. And that was in the 1930s. And the building that you can actually see on our on the PowerPoint was the entire university when it began in 1931 or 32, whatever it was. Since then, obviously, the university has grown. In the 1950s, we became an independent entity on our own, so a self-standing university. We now offer much more than just the original agriculture course that we offered back then. So now we offer something over like 200 various subject areas to students. And we are also now known in Australia as more or less the leading university in terms of online education. We have won a number of awards to that effect over the years. To give you an idea of international students, so we have roughly 1,500 international students studying at UNE at the moment. And they come from over 70 countries. Obviously, some countries are more heavily represented than others, but that's the breakup. And so the university in total has 25,000 students, and the majority of them, so 20,000 students, study online through us. The other 5,000 will be on-campus students that are on our main campus, and of those 5,000, 1,500 are our international students. So just to give you a very brief breakdown of the university itself. To give you an idea, so our campus is located in a small city called Armidale. Armidale, as you can see on the map there, we're in a region called the Northern Tablelands in the state of New South Wales. Armidale is, in terms of that map, we are almost exactly halfway between Sydney and Brisbane, to put that in perspective. So it's a regional area. We have, as it says, picturesque rural setting. We're only, say, an hour away from some really spectacular waterfalls and rainforest. It's only about 2 hours drive to the beach. The beaches at Coffs Harbour, for instance. And there's also a lot of outdoor type activities for people to get up to in the area. Of course, we still have all the trappings of modern life. So we have shopping centres and and all that sort of thing. So students really do get the best of both worlds, I think, at our regional Armidale campus. Facilities wise, we have really state-of-the-art teaching facilities. So everything a few years ago, we really renovated all our teaching spaces. So now all our teaching spaces are more or less what they look like in that bottom picture there. So that's one of our lecture theatres, all up to date with the modern technology. They all record lectures so students can listen to them online after they've finished. If they miss a lecture, something like that, they can usually view a video of the lectures as well. So it's all very interactive for our online students, but our on-campus students also get the same experience. We have 8 individual student residences that are on campus, so they're within walking distance of the classrooms. We have sports complexes. We also have various places of worship depending on student religions, so they cover a number here in Armidale. To give you an idea, that is what our campus looks like as an overhead view. So as you can see, it does look fairly different to what you would see at a city-based university. So it's not so much a collection of tight-knit buildings so much as it is nicely spread out. There's a lot of green space around, so you can sit down and have your lunch underneath a tree, for instance, all that kind of thing. And to give you an idea, it takes roughly 10 minutes to walk from one side to the other in that map. And the land to the back of the photo is actually mostly farmland that's owned by UNE. And so we have a big reputation, particularly with in the agriculture sectors. And that's largely due to our location, I guess. We have the facilities at hand and the space available. So I'm sure somebody else has probably covered this, but I would just run through a couple of points I think are very important when it comes to choosing to study regionally, why students would want to study at a regional university like UNE. First and foremost, I would say probably affordable tuition, living expenses. So I'll talk about fees in a minute, but on average, our fees are a little bit lower than what you would see in the major cities, say Sydney or Brisbane. And similarly, our cost of living is lower. So our rent in Armidale, where we live, is much cheaper than Sydney. The cost of living in our accommodation on campus is a similar deal. It's almost half the price of some of the residences you'll find at bigger universities. Our on-campus accommodation is on the campus, so travel costs are down for students if they need, and just getting around. So we're within walking distance of the centre of town as well. So students' overheads are a fair way down. Post-study work incentives would be something that would interest you in terms of marketing to students. As many of you probably know, students that study in regional areas are eligible for extra post-study, extra length on their post-study work visas. I think that's something that does attract a lot of our students as well. So extra experience working in the field, particularly if it's in a field where UNE does excel and it really helps in the region. There's a more personal approach you get. So students tend to, at our university, and I know I studied at this university, you'll find that the lecturers know your name. You will see the lecturers around, they're always approachable, and it adds that little extra element of personalization to it. So a lecturer might know something about you that just, I've written there, sort of make you feel less like a number, and that's a little cliche, but it's also very true. Our lecturers, all my lecturers knew my name, for instance, and that's just, it's a really something that I wouldn't substitute for anything. Finally, I've put here, we have a laid back lifestyle here. So there's none of that, what would you call it, that cliche hustle and bustle of the city here in Armidale. We enjoy a relatively laid back lifestyle. We have a really tight knit community here, and it's very peaceful. Everybody really gets along, and it's just a lovely little community. And so roughly 30,000 people overall in the town. Oh, that's my slide about our Sydney campus, but I will just brush over that one because we're not talking about Sydney here. So we do have a couple of courses in Sydney, but I will just ignore that one.
Feel free to talk about Sydney as well if you want. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks so much. So yeah, very quickly, we do have a campus in Sydney. It's in Parramatta, for those of you that know where Parramatta is in Sydney. It's roughly half an hour on the train from the CBD. It's a bit of a hub itself, Parramatta. So it's more of a hub of Western Sydney. So what you would call the gateway to Western Sydney, I guess. We offer a select number of courses there. And so not all the courses that we do offer on our main campus, but they are, for the most part, tailor-made as courses that would interest international students. So our nursing degree is on offer there. We have IT, business, that kind of thing. If you're interested in some more info there, I'm more than happy to talk about it later on. But yeah, that's UNE Sydney. To give you an idea of what we offer at UNE, so I won't read all those out, of course, but that's a general idea of the subject areas that we offer. So you've got your humanities, arts, social sciences, you have your hard sciences, you have your health sciences, things like pharmacy, law, business. One thing, IT, for instance, a couple of things to note is we don't unfortunately have engineering, which usually ends up as one of the questions. So I just put that out there now. But yeah, so our big pools for international students are probably business degrees, IT, the health sciences, so nursing, social work, that kind of thing, as well as harder sciences like biomedical science, pharmacy, that kind of thing. And also law is reasonably popular, just to give you a very broad overview. We offer courses at all the levels you would expect from a university. So everything through from diploma to PhD studies. So obviously coursework and research. We also do offer English courses for students who may need catch-up English before they reach the equivalent IELTS level needed to get into their chosen degree. So that is also an option for students. Would also like to talk about the pathways that we do have with International House, given that they're hosting us this afternoon. So we have a number of options. So as many of you probably know, a Cert 4 or above would get you into most degrees at UNE. There are some exceptions, but for the most part, any bachelor degree is accessible if you have a certificate from a registered RTO. And so I've just put them down there. That's a list of Cert 4 in business, project management, etc., that they offer at International House. Then there's a couple of extra ones as well. So if you hold a diploma from International House, one of those 4 diplomas there, so business, project management, media and communication, or leadership and management, that will actually give you a year's credit towards our Bachelor of Business degree. So it's worth noting just there that this is on our Armidale campus as well. So this doesn't apply to Sydney, unfortunately, for reasons I won't get into. But so 1 year's credit towards the Bachelor of Business on those. Similarly, if you have an advanced diploma in those same subject areas from International House, you are eligible to 1.5 years worth of credit towards our Bachelor of Business. Same criteria apply, only it's half a year's extra credit. So that does create a seamless pathway for students in that it, you're really not losing much time at all in a 3-year business degree. So it's a very good value for students. In terms of English requirements, they're fairly standard, I think, for UNE. So English as a native language, or of course, IELTS overall of 6.0 with no subband below 5.5. We also accept the other major test types such as TOEFL and PTE, that kind of thing. Or students can undertake our own EAP programs. And again, as International House runs their own ELICOS programs, we do accept students who have graduated from them, provided that they're at the equivalent level to the one that we're looking for entry to the degree. Some of our courses do have higher than usual English requirements. Those would be the obvious ones you're probably thinking of, like nursing, pharmacy, law, research. Also higher level sciences as well. So just to give you an idea. To talk about fees very quickly, I've just drawn up a comparison chart here based on our Bachelor of Business, as that's relevant to International House students, versus Australian universities in general, and then versus the group of 8 universities. So as you can see, UNE, and this is before we apply any scholarships or bursaries or anything like that, as you can see, UNE sits vaguely, roughly in the middle in terms of university prices. So we are affordable in that sense. But then to go on and talk about scholarships, because this is something every student wants to know, of course, as do agents. And in 2021 and 2022 so far, we will be offering tuition fee discounts and form of bursaries up to 30% on the stated fees. So when you think your average degree there, so I had $28,000 for a Bachelor of Business. If it's say a $30,000 master's degree per year, which is about an average price for one of our masters, it's $10,000 off per year basically. So 30% reduction on all stated fees on our website. And it does go by region. So if you do have any questions about that, contact me and I'll be happy to give you some more information. The second type we have is accommodation scholarships. So obviously the current situation with closed borders and the coronavirus has limited, if not completely ruled out, travel to Australia for most students. But for students that are already onshore, for instance, or this will obviously pick up again next year, fingers crossed, we're offering accommodation scholarships. So that is a year's free accommodation in one of our on-campus colleges, and they cover your rent and utilities. So standard rent of the room, as well as internet, water and electricity, basically. So the money value of that is roughly 10 to 11,000 Australian dollars. Thirdly, we've actually just haven't received any Destination Australia scholarships this year. So unfortunately they're not an option, but EAP scholarships as well for students who need to enroll in any of our EAP programs. We do offer some EAP scholarships. Finally, there is more information on the scholarships page, of course, Finally, if students are interested in PhDs, that kind of things, we do offer fully funded PhD scholarships. I just haven't really mentioned them there. Yep, I'm aware I've only got a few minutes, that's all right.
I'm just worried about the connection to cut off at 5, but yeah.
No problem. So yeah, just very finally, I'll talk about some awards and ratings that we've received. So in terms of engaging student satisfaction with UNE, so the International Student Barometer and the Good Universities Guide always give UNE very high ratings in terms of student satisfaction, particularly with our technology and our support services. We're ranked very highly in terms of an online university, so #1 in Australia. And research excellence, particularly in areas, say, like agriculture and environmental sciences, is also a huge focus at UNE and something we are very proud of. Okay, so I know we only have a few minutes, so apologies if I spoke too quickly there, but if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer now.
Actually, you have 2 questions.
Yeah.
So is uni offering free accommodation for 1 year? So you mentioned scholarship.
Yeah.
And the second question, are you interested in signing agreements with new agencies? Because we know that some universities, they stopped recruiting.
Yeah, no, I understand. We are open to it. At the moment, we're still in the very early stages of this year's organisation, but we're definitely not closing off applications by any means. If anyone is interested, my email address is on the screen there, and more than happy to have a chat. And there's also a form on our website. You can lodge an EOI. We're still going to go through our, I think we do it twice per year on average. And so we'll go through and evaluate all new EOIs. Yeah, there's definitely no cutoff. Definitely, no.